Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Justin Owens. I'm a worship leader and songwriter here in Nashville, Tennessee, and today we're going to take a look at the song Never Lost by Elevation Worship, and we're going to do the Tauren Wells' version. This is the live version. Now, before we dive into this, there's a few things I want to discuss. This is a kind of a challenging song in some areas, and I want to kind of go through that and break this song down a little bit more in depth than I normally would. And so I'm not going to be teaching or showing how to lead this song or any scripture. Simply, this is just an acoustic tutorial of this song. I would also say that this is kind of an intermediate to an advanced style of song in terms of all of the chords. And so if you're a beginner, use this as a template to get better, to grow as a musician and an acoustic guitar player. And then also, I would also say that as a worship pastor or leader, I would encourage you to, if you have an auxiliary acoustic guitar player, to show them this video, teach them how to play this song so that you can strictly focus on leading, unless you're just like a really good guitarist and you can lead this song and play all the chords, because it's a lot of chords. But either way, we're going to dive right on in and we're going to take this on, okay? So there's two ways that I'm going to show you how to play it. The first way we're going to do it, the live version is in the original key of B. Time to signature is 6/8, and this is going to help when it comes to that key jump that they do. They go from B to C, so just a half step. That's going to help. I'm also going to do a version, and you can skip ahead to this timestamp if you'd like. It's going to be in G shape, so we're going to capo 4, still in B, but G shape. I'm going to show you how to play it in G as well, okay? So if you'd rather just skip ahead and learn how to play it in G, by all means, go to that timestamp and learn it that way, okay? I think that's everything that I need to share, so let's go ahead and dive right on in, okay? All right, guys, welcome to the B-shape version, the original key of this song. This is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to dive into this, okay? So like I said, playing it in B-shape is going to make it a little bit easier doing that half-step jump later on, because you're not going to have a capo to deal with. However, you are going to have to learn it in two different keys. But if you're good with the Nashville number system, keys don't matter because you know the chords for every key, so it's just, it helps. And if you're curious what the Nashville number system is and you want me to make a video on that, I would love to do that. Let me know in the comments below. Nashville numbers has helped me tremendously. First and foremost, let's talk about the intro. The intro is going to be 1, and then there's going to be a flat 7 over 1 and a 4 over 1, okay? So first, I'm going to say this. In the key of B, playing B shape, some of those half chords can be difficult to play, kind of like the 1 over 3. It can be difficult to do, okay? So what we're going to do, we're just going to play the top notes and let the keys and the bass play all of the bottom ones. So in this case, we'll play just the flat 7. So our 1 is B, our flat 7 is going to be A, right? So that's our flat 7, and then E is our 1, okay? So the intro is like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it just repeats, okay? And if you've never played a flat 7 before, it's very simple. You take your 7 chord in whatever key you are, and then you flatten it, okay? So for instance, A sharp or B flat is the 7 in the key of B, and so we're going to flat it a half step, so it's going to be A, okay? Moving along, and I've got my chord charts right here. I'm actually going to link this below, so be sure you check that out in the description box, okay? It's going to be really easy to follow. So verse 1 and verse 2 are going to be the exact same chords, so we're just going to knock out both here, okay? It's going to be 1. There's a 5 over 7, but we're just going to play the 5. It's kind of hard to play a 5 over 7 in B. And then it goes to a 6 minor, and then 4, just like that. So B, F sharp, G sharp minor, or A flat minor, and E. And then that just repeats, okay? From there, they go into the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is going to be the same both times that we do it. It's going to be a 2 minor, so we're going to go to C sharp minor. That's our 2. And then we're going to do this 1 over 3 chord. This is the one half chord that you can play. I've found a way to do it. It's really easy, and I think I've shown it in other videos before. But if you've got your B chord right here, what you're going to do, just bar on the 4th fret the D, G, and B string, and then take your ring finger and put it on the 6th fret A string. That's going to be your D sharp, so that's your 3 in the key of B, right? So there you've got your 1 over 3 chord. It's pretty fun to play once you figure it out. So that's what our pre-chorus is going to be. We've got our 2 minor to our 1 over 3 to our 4, and then that repeats. 2 minor, 1 over 3, 4, and 5, just like that, into the chorus. Moving along to the chorus. The chorus is the only place I'm going to actually break down and sing this. I think the verse and the pre-chorus are pretty self-explanatory. It's really easy to play those. I'm gonna sing through the chorus here in just a second, because it's pretty chord heavy. So it's going to start off on the 1. So we've got our B, and then it goes to our 5/7, but we're just going to play the 5. It's just F sharp, and then it goes to our 6 minor. And then from there we go to a 5 minor. And so what we're going to do is go back down to the F sharp and then just make it a minor chord, okay? Back to the 1 and the 4. And then from there it goes to our 1/3. Remember that chord? And then we go 2 minor, 1/3, 4, and 5. So kind of a walk-up progression, right? So all together, this is the chorus. I'm going to sing it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do all things. You can do all things but fail, 'cause you've never lost a battle. No, you've never lost a battle. And I know you never will. Just like that. And then they go back into the intro, the instrumental, which once again is the 1, the flat 7 to the 4, and back to the 1, just like that, okay? And then after that, they go back to verse 2, another pre-chorus, and then back to chorus 1, which we just played that. And then they go into a chorus 2, a repeat, but different chords. So there's a couple of chords here that are going to be a little different than what you might be used to, but it starts out on the 1, so you can do. And then this next chord, what they have in their numbers chart, it's a 2 minor over 7, or in the key of B, it is a C sharp minor over A sharp. The way that we're going to play this, I think the easiest way to do it is strictly just to play the 2 minor. So we're just going to play that top note. I've played it to the song and on keys with my wife, and it sounds perfect. It sounds right. So just as an acoustic guitar player, to keep it as simple as possible, just play a 2 minor there, okay? And then from there, the next chord is a flat 6 augmented over 3. Whoa, like that's a mouthful right there. It's hard to play on acoustic guitar, just with no capo, just playing, B shape. So what we're gonna do is, going from that 2 minor, we're just gonna go up a full step to the D sharp, and we're just going to play that 3 major, which in the key of B is D sharp, okay? And that's going to work out well for us, and we don't have to worry about this flat 6 augmented chord. We'll let the keys in the bass, actually the bass is going to play the 3, but the keys will play that on top, okay? So once again, we're just going to do that C sharp minor to a D sharp. After that, it goes back to the 6 minor, right? So let me just play through that progression. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do all things. 6 minor. And then from there, it goes back to the 5 minor, 1, and 4. And then it finishes out like the rest of the chorus. 1/3, 2 minor, 1/3, 4, and 5. Just that walk up. So all together, this is that chorus. And I'm going to go from the end of the last chorus. I know you never will. You can do all things. You can do all things but fail. You've never lost a battle. No, you've never lost a battle. I know you never will. And then from there, they go to the bridge. They're going to play the bridge 4 times. This is the progression for that. 2 minor, 1/3, and 4. And then that repeats. And then do that a total of 4 times. So this is that bridge. You've never lost a battle. You've never lost a battle. You've never lost a battle. You never will. and they repeat that 4 times. And at the end of that, when they go to that 4, after that, they go to that key change. Dun, 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 you can do whatever the note is. So they go from B a half step up to C, and this is where we're going to change from our B shapes to our C shapes, okay? And that's where they go back into the chorus. So let's just go through our chorus chords in C shape. So we've got C. We're going to actually play the 5/7 here. It's a G over B, A minor the 6, and then our 5 minor is going to be our G, but obviously a minor, back to the 1, and then to the 4, which is our F, and then to a 1/3, which I'm just playing the top E string with a C, and then our 2 minor, which is D minor, 1/3, 4, and then 5. And in the recording, the live version, they cut out here, the band cuts out, and it's just the congregation, so they're technically not playing this, flat 6 augmented chord and the 2 minor over 7. If you wanted to do that, if as a band, you can do that, or you can just repeat what you just did or cut out. But for the sake of knowing what the chords are, in the other tutorial, they're playing in the key of E flat, and they're capoing 3, playing C shape. And so he's just doing this half diminished chord, which sounds amazing. So for the 2 minor over 7, which that's essentially what this is. Basically, if you just take a D chord and you move it over to the A and the D and G string, so there's our top part, and then our pinky is going to go on the 3rd fret B string. So there's our diminished, and then for the 3 major, we're just going to play an E. Okay, so that's what that would be. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that, okay? And after they've done that chorus, they do the tag, which is a 2 minor, a 1/3, 4, and 5, and they repeat that. And then they go to their instrumental, which is the intro, and it's that flat 7. Well, the flat 7 is changed now, so in the key of C, our flat 7 is going to be a B flat, okay? So it's going to go 1, B flat, F, which is our 4, and then back to the 1. So the instrumental is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that repeats a couple of times, and then they go into their first vamp. The first vamp is going to be the exact same chords, just a 1, flat 7, and 4, 1, flat 7, and 4, and that repeats 3 times. And then they go to the second vamp, which is going to start off on the 1/3. This is cool. I love this. So 1/3, 4, flat 5, which we just take our G and flatten it half step, so it's going to be F sharp, and then down to a 4/5. We're just going to play the 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it goes back to the 1/3, 4, and then a 2 minor, and 5. After that, they go into vamp number 3. Vamp number 3 is going to be 1, 4, flat 5, 4. They're going to do that 3 times, and of course that 1 only gets half a bar. So every chord is split now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They do that 3 times, and on the 4th pass, they go 1, 4, and then to our flat 7. And then back to the 4 and back to the 1. So a really good resolve right there, going from the flat 5 to 4 progression to 1, flat 7, 4, and 1. That flat 7 really helps go. It's a good progression. 1, flat 7, 4, and then resolving on the 1. It's a really good, just like, I don't know. It's a really good resolve, if that makes sense. All right, that's everything that I have for this section. If you want to stick around for the G shape, please do so. And let me know in the comments if this was helpful, if any of these chords are confusing, or if you need any help figuring these things out. And also check out the chord chart below in the description as well, to be able to follow along and go listen to the song and just play with it. I encourage you guys to really dig deep and take this song as a challenge. It can be difficult, but it's well worth it, because whenever you're able to figure these chords out and play them, it's fun. It's really fun to be able to like throw in that flat 7. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and yeah, stick around for the rest of this video. All right, guys, welcome to the G shape portion of this video. We're going to actually take our capo and we're going to go fret number 4 here, and still in the key of B, but we're playing G shape. And this is going to be, it's a little bit easier, I would say, to play G shape with these chords than B, but it is more easy to go from B to C without the capo. So when we hit that key change, there's a couple of things that we could do here. Either you could just take your capo off and play C shape. And if you need to, you're like, well, I don't know how to play C shape. We just covered it in the first section of this video. So if you want to go back and learn how to play it in C shape as well, be sure to do that. Also, what we could do, and I think what we are going to do, is you're going to have to just take your capo and move it up a half step so that you can continue to play the same chords. And if you're talented enough to do that during the middle of a worship set, by all means, just do it. Like, you could find a place to where you could stop. So anyways, let's dive right on into this tutorial, okay? So we're going to try to keep this as simple as possible. You'll see the numbers up here and the chords in G underneath it. So the intro is going to be 1, which is our G, and then it's going to go to this flat 7 over 1. We're just going to play that top note, the flat 7. The flat 7 in the key of G, or G shape, is going to be F. So flat 7, obviously F sharp is the 7 in the key of G, and then you're just going to flatten it a half step, and that's where we get our F, okay? And then our 4 over 1, once again, we'll just play 4, or you can put your pinky on the root G note there. That's a fun chord to play. So this is the intro progression. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 4, and then back to the 1, and they repeat that, okay? And then also, I'm looking at the chart right now from Elevation, so I encourage you down in the description box below, go check that out and just follow along with me if you'd like, or even play with the song once you learn how to play it here, okay? So from there, we're going to dive into verse number 1. Verse number 1 is going to be the exact same as verse 2, so we're going to cover both of those right now. This is kind of simple in the key of G. It's just going to be 1, 5 over 7, 6 minor, and 4, and then it repeats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Just like that, okay? And that repeats. And then from there, we're going to go into the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus starts off on the 2 minor, so A minor to a 1 over 3, and then a 4, and then back to the 2 minor, 1 over 3, 4, and 5, okay? And I'm playing this C shape 5. If you're not aware of what that is, just play a normal C and then just slide up 2 frets, and you've got a really nice, pretty, kind of a different variation of D. And that's going to be our pre-chorus. Pre-chorus is the same on the other side of this song as well, so we're going to knock that out here too. And also, just for clarity's sake, I'm only going to sing the chorus. I'm not going to sing the verse and the pre-chorus. I think those are pretty self-explanatory. But yes, let's dive into this first chorus. There are 2 different choruses. Of course, after the second verse, it'll do the double chorus. But right now, we're just going to touch the first chorus, okay? And it's going to start off on the 1. So we got our 1. Goes to a 5 over 7, 6 minor, and then from there, we go to a 5 minor. Well, the 5 in the key of G is D, so that's going to be D minor. That's easy to play. Back to the 1, and then the 4. And then from there, we go to a 1 over 3, which is our G over B. And then back to our 2 minor, 1 over 3, 4, and 5. And all together, this is the chorus, okay? You can do all things. You can do all things but fail. So you've never lost a battle. No, you've never lost a battle. And I know you never will. Just like that. And then from there, they go into the intro again, the instrumental, which is 1, the flat 7, and the 4. And then after that, we've got another verse, another pre-chorus, another chorus, and then we go into chorus number 2. And this is where things can get a little tricky. There's a couple of chords here we're going to talk about. So it starts off on the 1, just like the first chorus. You can do, And then from there, they go to this 2 minor over 7 chord. And in the the first half of this tutorial, when we were doing it in the key of B, I think it's a little bit easier to play it there, and even in the key of C too. But here, what we're going to do, we're just going to play the 2 minor on top. We're going to let the bass take care of the 7 here. So we'll go from 1 to a 2 minor. So that's our A minor. I think it's going to work fine. I played it and listened while I was listening to the song. It sounded fine. And then after that, there is this flat 6 augmented chord over a 3 major chord. So what we're going to do is, normally we would play the top note when we see this, but we're going to play the bottom note. We're going to play that 3 major. So for us in the key of G, 3 major is B, right? So it's just a clean B major chord right there, and it works fine. So going from the 2 minor to the 3 major, it sounds really pretty. And we can let the keys take care of that, that diminished chord in the 2 minor, and then also the flat 6 augmented. We can let the keys take care of that. And then from there, they go back to the 6 minor, and then another 5 minor, 1 and 4, and then 1 over 3, 2 minor, 1 over 3, 4, and 5, okay? So all together, I'm just going to play through that chorus there, and I'm going to start from the back end of chorus number 1 so that you can kind of get a feel for those cool chords. So here is the end of it. And I know you never will. You can do all things. Here we go. You can do all things but fail, 'cause you've never lost a battle. No, you've never lost a battle. And I know you never will. And then from there, they go into the bridge, which is, you've never lost a battle. They just repeat that like 16 times. And the chords for that are 2 minor, 1 over 3, and 4. And then it repeats 2 minor, 1 over 3, and 4. And they repeat that 4 times. And at the end of that, after that 4, this is where we got that key change. So, like I said, there's a couple ways you can do it. You could switch off and take your capo and put it up here and try to go to the C shape, or just knock it up real quick, which is going to be difficult, I feel like. So now we are in the key of C, playing G shape. Capo 5 is C. I'm not going to go over the chords again for the choruses. It's the same thing. So we're going to move along, and that's what they do. They go back to the chorus twice, and then they go into the tag, which is going to be 2 minor, 1 over 3, 4, and 5. Do that twice, and then they go to the instrumental, which is the same as the beginning. It's still the same thing. 1, flat 7, and then 4 over 1, or just the 4. They repeat that 4 times, and then from there they go into vamp number 1. This is where things get just dicey and fun. I love this. They do some cool chords here, okay? So the first vamp is going to be the same chords, 1, flat 7, and 4, okay, and that repeats 3 times. And then we go to vamp number 2. Chords change here. It's going to be a 1 over 3, a 4, and then they go to this flat 5. Now, you chose to play in G here, so this is where things are going to get difficult. Flat 5 in the key of G is going to be a C sharp, and the only way we can really do a good C sharp is just a bar chord, right? Because you can't really, I don't really feel like you can do that I know of. So we're just gonna have to do a bar chord here. So it goes from flat 5 back down to 4, okay? So this is that progression. 1 over 3, 4, flat 5, back to the 4, and there's a 4 over 5. And then it does 1 over 3, 4, and then 2 minor, and then 5. And then that repeats a total of 2 times, right? And then vamp number 3 is going to start on the 1, and then 4, flat 5, back to the 4. So that progression, the 1 to the 4, flat 5, back to the 4, repeats 3 times. On the last one, what they're going to do is they'll go to the 1, the 4, and then they're going to go back to the flat 7, back to the 4, and back to the 1, just like that. And it resolves so nicely going to that flat 7. It feels right too. After doing that flat 5, it feels right going to flat 7 there and resolving it from the 4 to the 1, just like that. All right, guys, that's it. That's how you play Never Lost in G shape, capoed 4 and then up to 5. I encourage you to go back and listen and watch the B shapes. Try to learn it. There's some good stuff in there and good stuff that you could practice to. And I think that this song, while you might not play it on a Sunday morning, it would be good to just grow and practice to get better as a musician, whether it's playing in that shape or this shape, and learn these chords as well. Learn your scale so that you know what that flat 7 is and that flat 5 is, or the 5 minor, right? Being able to do those chords, definitely expanding your musicianship, expanding that repertoire of chords that you have under your belt that you can just whip out and play, that people are like, whoa, dude, that was a cool chord, man. How'd you do that, right? But anyways, thanks so much for watching this video. If this was helpful, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, please let me know. Reach out to me. I want to be able to help you, be a resource to you. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell, as I look forward to giving you more tips and tutorials, just growing as worship leaders and worship pastors and musicians. But other than that, that's everything I have. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.